Hello and welcome back to the 5 Foundations of Leadership. I'm Dr. Tony Soldano. I never introduced myself, honestly. I just kind of assume that people know who I am. But we have been talking about the 5 Foundations of Leadership. Number 1 being vision. Number 2 being emotional intelligence. Number 3, communication. Number 5, which we're going to talk about, is servant leadership. But today, let's talk about people development. I believe one of the foundations of leadership is leaders that are willing to invest in their people. Up-and-coming leaders, those that are in the organization. By the way, it doesn't matter at what level. It's not just a focus of a few, but it's understanding that we develop people in various forms, and we have direct lines to some people, dotted lines to other people, but no matter what, through communication, we are always looking at developing our people. Why? Because people are attracted to organizations that invest in them in whatever way that takes. And we're going to talk about them right now. So here's some aspects that I believe are critically important. And how do we develop people? Number 1, we need to have a coaching and a mentoring format, style, culture, whatever you want to call it. We need to draw the very best out of people, not always giving them the answers, not always providing them with solutions, because coaching is really about drawing the potential out of people, and mentoring is sharing our experiences. Number 2, that we provide them with assignments, sometimes stretch assignments. It could be budgets, goals, projects, maybe something that they may think they're overwhelmed by, but you know as a leader that they have capability, and so you're tapping into it. Number 3, we're going to continuously encourage learning, whether it's books, training, programs, conferences. We are going to invest dollars in our people, and we are going to encourage them to develop their skills. Then we have setting clear goals and objectives that will help them to grow within their particular lane, and sometimes even outside of that, maybe within the organization. We may be moving some people from role to role and function to function because we see something in them that will help them in their future. Then we have the providing of frequent and constructive and positive feedback. That doesn't mean that we don't deal with things that go wrong or adversarial things or conflict. We deal with that stuff, but we always want to make sure that we're doing it in a way where people can receive it, understand it, and do something about it. By the way, this is very important that we are timely in our feedback. We can't be saying, 8 months ago when you did that. No, that's not going to work. We need to be very timely. We need to be very clear. We need to be very specific. We need it to be measurable, that whole formula there. What about building different leadership skills in various parts of the ministry, the organization, the company, where maybe in some case they need some writing skills, or perhaps it's a communication skills, or maybe it's an analytical skill. So giving them different projects and roles to developing that. I think goes along with it is exposing them to opportunities that maybe they hadn't even considered, but that they will do well at. Remember, we're talking about developing our people, investing within them. What about a personal growth track? What about a succession plan that just doesn't happen once a year? I really believe these discussions on growth plans ought to happen at least on a quarterly basis. What is going well? What's not going well? Where are your passions? Where are your desires? How are you developing? What do we see for you as an organization, and where do we see your future and your growth? I would really encourage you that you would create an environment where people would be creative, where people could be risk takers, that you would create a safe environment where people can make mistakes. Some people have a culture in their organization that, that mistakes are actually required, because it means that people are taking risks, that they're thinking outside the box, that they're willing to draw outside the lines, and knowing that someone is not there to punish them or fire them. No, my friends, you need a culture of safety in order to release creativity and potential in people. And then finally, I have recognize and celebrate progress. When people are, even if they're headed in the right direction, even if they haven't achieved anything yet, celebrate, recognize, make a big deal, affirm, have some kind of reward program. It will come back to you again and again and again because that builds loyalty in people. Let me leave you with this quote. Leaders develop people by believing in them, stretching them, equipping them, and walking alongside them. Please let me know your thoughts, your comments, any questions you may have in the comment section. I will get back to as many as I possibly can.